Heather Kerschbaumer is the Sales and Office Manager of Golden Acre Seeds. Heather has more than 25 years of leadership experience with agricultural organizations and has also previously sat on the Organic Alberta Board as the treasurer. And she's definitely helped us out in a lot of different events and our conferences. So we're really, really grateful to have her here and her continued support in all of our Organic Alberta programming. Heather is a pedigreed seed grower with the Canadian Seed Growers Association. She's also the past president of Forage Seed Canada and treasurer of Peace Region Forage Seed Association. She's a national advocate for sustainable farming practices and farms with her husband, John, and Trevor, her son. And she has 4 children and 10 grandchildren. So we're really excited to have her here. And yeah, maybe without further ado, I'll get Sarah to get the timer out and we can pass it over to Heather.
All right, I'm ready to go.
I got to turn on my mic first. Okay, I'm going to try to talk a little faster than normal just to make sure I fit it in. Are you ready?
Oh, did you want to set up your slideshow?
Oh, yeah. How do I do that again? Share my screen.
Yep.
Click on here. This one. Share. Start.
Okay, we can see it.
Okay. Everybody's good?
Good.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm ready. First, I'll start with a short introduction. Again, we're the Kerschbaumers and we own and operate a seed cleaning plant, which we built in 1982 and have done multiple expansions over the past 40 years. We clean grass seed and legumes like alfalfas and clovers. We're also a grass seed and a grain farm like John's dad was until he retired in 1973 at the age of 53. And so John started farming at the age of 21. We're also a century farm since our family farm where we still live was started in 1914 by John's step-grandpa. We have 4 children, all grown and married with their own families now, and only one decided he wanted to farm. So the others all have jobs and lives of their own. We told all of our kids they should further their education after high school, which they did, and all played college sports, which is great for discipline and many life lessons. We wanted them to go out and get a career, but if they decided to come back, there was always an opportunity on the farm if they wanted it. Trevor, our oldest, has been immersed since he was really young in our farming and seed cleaning business, so it was no surprise when he came back after 4 years of college and has been involved ever since. He worked alongside his dad, learning and patiently waiting, subtly hinting at possible expansions of land and ideas, then got into cattle in a fairly big way for about 9 years, starting just before the BSE crisis. He didn't want to ride on our coattails, so to speak. And at first, we had the buying power and banking experience, so we co-signed on his first purchases for land, property, and cattle until he got his own credit history and could buy on his own. He definitely had his own thoughts and plans for how to improve or make changes, which he would discuss with us around the dinner table. He had summer jobs working with different companies, always involved in ag in some way. So he got lots of ideas about how to make the farm more modern and bigger. John and I would listen, but not many changes happened quickly. We had a good farm strategy that had worked for us through the high interest years and ever since. No debt, buy when you can afford and pay for it, grow slowly, efficiently, and with minimal hired help. In 2005, he came across an opportunity for land, so we made a plan, bought it, and doubled the size of our farm that year. Other land purchases kept following with opportunities, but realizing that land in the farm has no value if it is never sold, but it is an asset that can earn you a living if you choose to farm. He kept adding his ideas and input, and as time went on, he started to acknowledge the way we were doing things and understanding why. He was buying new equipment, tractors, combines, and land with strict time-limited payment plans, all of his own choosing. It probably took about 10 years of working together to build up our trust for us to let him start making more and more decisions. John was about 60 and started thinking about semi-retiring, which to us means doing what you want, when you want, and not having to make all the decisions. Trevor became a business owner, but he was always thinking of how businesses would benefit the farm in some way. John and Trevor made their first verbal partnership in 2011. We planted mostly grass seed acres and a few cereal acres with no canola that year because inputs were lower with perennial crops compared to annuals. We paid all the inputs, but the crop was split 50-50 with Trevor after inputs were paid back. It was our best cereal crops that we ever had, and we were busy mowing grass seed acres all summer to control weeds. The neighbors said we missed the best year ever. Then in 2012, the grass seed crops we grew were the best we ever had, and the highest prices ever as well. And Trevor got 50% after expenses, which provided an amazing start that we could never have planned for. And in this partnership, we bought a new combine. We would continue to have discussions about transitioning. He would talk to accountants and knowledgeable people and bring back ideas to us, even ideas of how to be fair to the other kids, which he was always concerned about, ways to get the best tax advantages, different succession ideas to get full value from capital gains exemptions. And we'd research and talk to experts about our ideas. Once we had full faith in his ideas and trusted his decisions, he busted out of the gates and hasn't looked back. He always asked for our advice, opinions about ideas, and gained more respect for what John and I knew. We tried to keep him from making the same mistakes that every generation seems to learn the hard way. In 2015, we formed a formal four-way partnership with Trevor, his wife Leanne, John, and I as equal partners, rolling in all the machinery, inventory, and other assets, but not the land. It made payables to us for the values of the roll-ins, but we were gaining capital gains exemptions for each of us, which only John and Trevor had before. After 2 years, we could then get rid of the partnership and roll it into a numbered company owned by Trevor, using up all of our capital gains. Having a low debt load at the expected time of retirement allows for decisions during transition to add other ideas and options rather than just payments to take over. Trevor didn't have to come up with loads of cash to buy out the farm and seed business. He's slowly paying us out for the value over time, and with that money, we're helping out our other children in different ways. Helping them out earlier in their lives make for much better family relations as well. Ideas like down payments on rental houses or assets that can help them make a better living while they have growing young families rather than waiting until we die. Trevor has always been a big picture thinker and still is. He has ideas and pursues his ideas, constantly trying new things, expanding into different niche markets, trying to remove middlemen and value adding. We decided a long time ago that we wanted to allow our children to have the chance to be the fourth generation on this farm. We were trying to give them the opportunity to farm and have a good life like we did, without putting them in overwhelming debt. Trevor, the next generation, thinks completely differently. With low interest rates and more opportunities, he's buying land, building infrastructure today, growing to 10 times what we were. And we now agree the time was right. Having a successful path already laid out to follow, and then allowing the strengths of the new transition to shine through and have a natural direction seems to be working beautifully. And we still work for Trevor now, and we think we're his best employees. Our busy times are still busy, but we really enjoy our roles, which means less decisions, less stress. Our work ethic has always been similar, and it's never been an issue that someone isn't pulling their load. Our expectations had to be understood up front, and Trevor got it, so to speak. We keep in mind that generations before us worked hard to give us a better life, so that's our philosophy. And Trevor has the same philosophy. Pass it down the line to the next generation. Thanks. Time.
Awesome. Thanks, Heather. Yeah, Sarah, what's Heather's time?
You're at 8 minutes and 10 seconds.
Oh, I must
that
have
puts
talked
you
slower than I
third.
did before. I did. Oh, Trevor and John both said I talked slower.
Well, you're in second place. That's not bad.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I thought that was like 5 minutes. That was wow. That was awesome though, Heather. Thank you so much.